Good afternoon, Keith Tebow from FRC Media. Thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday, and it's time for our next checkup with the mayor of the city of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor, how are you?
I'm doing well, Keith. How about you?
Good. We weren't together last week. Normally, when we're not together, it's my fault, but you were actually taking some time off last week. Well deserved, I'm sure. Something you really haven't done much of over the past few years. Does it feel good to recharge those batteries every now and then?
Yeah, I don't know, it's different because I'm away and I'm still thinking about what's going on here, but I did get to go to down the Cape to the beach for a few days and it was fun. I got my wife out of here and we had a couple of laughs.
Yeah, so it is good to recharge your batteries. And, obviously during when you first started in 2020 with COVID, that was all encompassing. And, I think it's good for the mayor to take a break, even though some people may say you need to be here all the time. But we all need to get that recharge. So I'm glad you were able to do that. So good for you that you were able to take some time off and back on the sixth floor. I actually want to get a couple of updates. I had the opportunity yesterday to visit what's going on at the South Core Rail site, what's going to be the floor of a depot off of Duval Street. And people will see plans of things like this, and of course the city pier, and they may not be able to visualize it. If you go to you can't access the depot site yet, but just being there, you can actually visualize what it's going to look like. And obviously, the city pier, is almost ready to go. Do you think as people see this, Mayor, that they'll be able to visualize that? One, these are good things for Fall River, and it really could bring a lot of activity down to that waterfront.
Oh, absolutely. I remember the first time I went down and did the tour of the train depot or terminal. I was amazed at how long the platform was. It looked like it went for well over 100 yards. And I think Fall River people are very skeptical about changes and what's really going to happen and what's going on with it. Is this true? But I think as you look at what's going on North Main Street, just north of Weaver's Cove, and what's going on at where the train depot is going to be, right off Pierce Street there, this is marked progress now, and it's going full tilt. If you drive down to the country club, just look up and down the rails at how far along that's come and what those rails look like compared to a few years ago. So there's a ton of progress going on with the train. I think they're going to be up and running next year from what I'm hearing. I think we'll be fine. As far as City Pier goes, we're trying to grow some grass now, and as soon as we get some grass growing, we can get people out there on it. I mean, it might take 2 years, but it's come a long way. And when you drive by it, it looks really, really good, and it's going to be a showplace for the city of Fall River. I can't wait to see what happens next year on that pier on the 4th of July, and where we move things when we're going to have some music events there or stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun for the residents, and I'm definitely 100% committed to seeing both those projects through.
And it doesn't even take into account what's going to be happening with Route 79. That's still a few years away,
Right.
but at least that'll be, again, more progress in that area that people will be able to see. One
Absolutely.
thing one thing I wanted to actually bring up actually goes back to last week. It was an extremely warm week here in Fall River. You had Government Center open for people as a cooling center. Did you get any reports on how many people may have taken advantage of it? And it seems like those extreme, weather situations, whether it's really cold
Yeah.
in the winter or really hot in the summer, I know that, you try to take care of the people in need.
Yeah. Again, I think Saturday we had one person. So I got a call from Rick Aguiar, and he said, Paul, we had one person in here today. Obviously, we have some snacks for them and cold water and air conditioning. So, I mean, but you can't make people come. I just think, I don't know, cooling centers. I don't know what they did around the state, but it seems like maybe almost like something from the past. I do think most people have access to some form of air conditioning or a fan, and they pretty much take care of themselves. But we'll keep doing it and try to cover people as best we can. It was way too hot to be outside or in a hot apartment, so we're not favoring that either. So we'll we'll march forward and see what we can do.
Would it be probably more of an impact in the winter when you've got people who may, have a tough time finding a place to stay, may
Yeah,
find the warming centers a little more inviting than maybe during the summer?
yeah. Again, we adjusted our schedule last year during the winter on our homeless overflow shelters, our homeless shelters, allowing more people in. There are things we're doing, and we'll keep doing them to try to make sure we don't have anybody, getting too cold in the winter or too hot in the summer. And it's a struggle, but you want to make sure you accommodate the residents to the best of your ability, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
Yeah. Also, something visual in the city, the Florida Arts and Culture Coalition, working with an organization from the Lynn, Massachusetts area to paint three murals in the city. One on the what is now the former Herald News building. There's two murals going up there, and the other on the Doran School. Have you had the opportunity to see them, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw them this morning again. I went by. They look great. The one on Darren is really pretty, and of course the Herald News, it pops that whole side where you see it coming down 195. So again, adds some color to the city, makes the street a little more vibrant, and I think it does a lot for beautification. So we have some more money, I believe, in the state budget coming forward for some more of these, and we're going to keep going.
One of the interesting notes I'm sure you're aware of is the mural of the young child that's going to go on the side of the Doran School is actually a Doran School student. I don't know if you knew that, but it's
Yeah.
actually a current Doran School student who is going to be, I guess, immortalized on the school for quite a while. So I'm sure it's quite a thrill for her. I don't know if you had a chance to speak with her at all.
No, I did not speak with her, but the picture is really captivating, and it just gives a great shot of what it's like being young and in the water.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, heading into the weekend, it's another good thing the weather's going to be a little cooler this weekend because it's another movie night. I believe it's Back to the Future this weekend at Durfee High School. Again, another great opportunity for people to congregate. Anything new that will be there this month, or pretty much what we've seen thus far?
No, it'll be a similar type of setup. We'll be at Ruggles Park tonight for our
Yep.
concerts in the park, and then we'll be at Durfee this weekend for Back to the Future. It's we had a real good crowd for the first one in Kanto. We're only doing a few this year, trying to make a little more centralized what we're doing, and I think Durfee's a great place for the movie. So hopefully we get a big crowd and people come out and enjoy a movie with their kids and get some popcorn and have a night out.
Yep. All right, Mayor Paul Coogan, as always, thank you for your time. We'll talk again next week, and I'm glad you got some rest.
I wouldn't go that far, Keith.
Every little bit will help. All right,
Every
Mayor,
little bit
take
helps.
care.
Thanks,
All
Keith.
right, thanks. All right. And thank you for joining us as always here on FRC Media. Have a great day.